Hey guys, so today I'm going to make a new batch of veggie burgers, and then I have like a this or that like Q&A on my phone so I can answer some of those while I'm like doing this. To make it a little more interesting, I was gonna do questions, but I don't know what you guys want to know, so I think this or that is a little easier. But yeah, so first this is like one of the only things I meal prep besides like granola, which I have a video of. And what else? Probably like the air fryer stuff, but yeah, I've always been doing this, and I have like fancier recipes on my site, but like for me, it's really basic, and it's the simplest formula. So all you need to make these, so I guess veggie burgers, bean burgers, like whatever you want to call them. It's literally just 2 cans of beans, so they can be any kind. I used to love using lentils, and then sometimes it's hard to find canned, but I just got these at Aldi, so really cheap. Anything, kidney beans, chickpeas, these are what, cannellini beans, or Great Northern White beans, the same thing. And then I always put green beans in. Like, you could put anything, but it's just, this is an easy canned vegetable that's already cooked, so it's so easy to blend up. You could, if you have like steamed broccoli or cauliflower or something like that, you can use that too. And then as the like binder, you can use a chip or a cracker, whatever you have. My last batch I made with like a protein enhanced cracker. These are just like normal, whatever, but they work great. So instead of like breadcrumbs or anything, you could just use old like chips or crackers, cereal, like rice Chex or something like plain. And then to flavor it up, you can choose whatever spices you want. You can put in like vinegars or mustards, anything like that. And that's kind of what makes it like fancy. And I used to use psyllium husk powder, which is like a fiber. Honestly, it made them more like chewy and stretchy, kind of like a cookie on the bottom, but like I don't have any like new fresh of that, and I'm not gonna use old stuff for there. But you can put that in there if you're like, think they're gonna fall apart. But the other thing I learned is I make them small. So you can have like 2 or 3, like whatever. But when you make them smaller, they bake so much easier, and then you don't have to worry about using like an egg replacer or anything. So yeah. So I will start opening these up, and first I have to drain them. And I guess while I'm doing this, so you know, I don't measure anything. I literally just use the entire can. Okay, so on this list, I will start with the easy one. It says dog or a cat. So when I was younger, I guess when I was like a baby, we had a dog. I don't remember ever having a dog in my life, but we did at one point. My brother was allergic, so we never had like pets. We never had cats. I was allergic to cats actually until I got allergy shots, and then that like went away for the most part, I believe. But yeah, I don't have a dog, and ever since moving to Florida, I kind of hate animals right now, and that's because of, you know, the noisy neighbors that I had to deal with. So everyone down here has a dog, and I mean, if I ever got a pet, it would be probably like a pug. Although they have a lot of medical issues and just there's a lot of care involved, so I just don't think I would ever want a pet. I just don't. I'm not that kind of person. You know, they're cute, but it's not for me. But definitely dogs over cats, 100%. And then when you're draining these, I always like rinse them, which maybe like aquafaba is the egg replacer, the frothiness. You can blend it up and you can make like the meringue and stuff. Of like canned chickpeas, which it's the same thing as any like light colored bean you could use. You could use a dark one, but you're gonna have like a weird off colored egg foam. But I rinse off most of it, which maybe you want to leave some because then it kind of acts as binder. I don't know, I never thought of that, but the next question on here is Netflix or YouTube. Well, obviously, I'm a YouTube girl, 100%. I don't ever watch Netflix. You will never find me Netflix and chilling. I I don't watch stuff because I don't like watching movies. I don't have the attention span. So like when I have YouTube on, it's usually while I'm working out so I can look at the screen, but otherwise it's like something playing in the background. So something where I don't have to actually watch, but people are like talking and stuff in the background. Same thing with podcasts. I have to be doing something else. There's no way I can sit and watch something for like hours straight. I would never be able to do that. Phone call or text? Okay, so I hate texting. I honestly don't remember, like, I don't know how I texted so much as like a kid growing up. This is probably gonna be loud, so I'm gonna, hold on. But well, when I was young, I used to be on the phone till like 2 o'clock in the morning talking on the phone with my friends, and I have no idea what we talked about. Like, I honestly don't know. It was like the big cool thing to do. But I hate texting. What I do if I do have to text people is I type it on my laptop and send it through iMessage and stuff. I recently kind of fell in love with WhatsApp because you can leave like good lengthy voice notes. And it's a little bit easier to do, but some people don't use it. A lot of people don't like going on it. They're like, oh, like I didn't know it was in there, like whatever. I don't know why I haven't like sooner just turned off like the notification banner when someone texts me, because it's so stressful. It gives me so much anxiety. I hate seeing that. So for the most part, I like to just keep it like my family. If like those are the only people who can actually text me, like my brother and my mom. And besides that, I don't want text. Like I also don't like phone calls though. Like if I have to make a phone call, no. If it's like just talking to like a friend, like that's fine. But I don't know. I'd rather talk to you in person, like no matter what. I definitely never any Zoom calls. That's like the worst. Okay, now, this is the fun part. So you basically want to crush these up before you put them in. So it's gonna be loud. So I'm going to probably either put music over this or pause and come back in a second. And the other thing, I get French cut green beans. I think they're easier to blend up. I mean, you can get normal cut ones, but the French cut is a lot easier. I actually have to cut this bag, so. These are like totally plain too. So sometimes that's good because then you can totally customize the flavor. And then sometimes I have to do like, put most in, blend it, and then put more in, depending on how much it fit in here. This is like the best food processor. I've had this for years, and it's just the old Stack and Snap Hamilton Beach. It's so good. Trusty, dusty processor. So now I probably blend this first and then add spices in just to kind of get most of it down. So I'm definitely gonna have to mute this because this is gonna be extremely loud. So Trader Joe's has the best seasoning, like blends, right? I'm so upset that they are not selling the pickle falafel anymore, but I have the seasoning and I'm almost running out. But this is like my favorite to put in. I recently got the ketchup one and the pizza one, but honestly, the pickle one, it's the best. And I'm so upset that, like, I hope they bring it back out again, like later this year or something. Like I can't, it was so good. And also some dried dill, so it helps with the flavor. I And then if you have like onion powder and stuff, like that's good to put in. Tons of flavor. And you kind of want to blend this so it's like kind of a hummus texture, but when it's not totally smooth at all. You don't want it totally smooth, but for the most part. And again, if you make them small veggie patties, little tiny things, it's so much better. So think of it as making like a kind of like a larger falafel. Like speaking of falafel, you don't want an actual veggie burger size, but I mean you can, but then I would probably put in like a binder. So like a flax egg or something like that. And one more, and you shouldn't need any liquid because these are pretty liquidy on its own. That should be pretty good. Get the most out. Cleaning this is probably like the least fun part, but big deal. Okay, so now you have this, and the other thing, I always take the blade out and then I just use my hands and form them. So maybe this was kind of stupid because I'm like not answering any questions here. Okay. And I have the oven set to 425. Basically, like the hotter you have it, the quicker they're gonna cook. So, okay. So the next question on there says, what does it say? Toast or eggs? Well, obviously, I'm so against eggs. So, I guess we'll go with toast. We used to eat like white Italian bread, so like the loaf of Italian, like it was white bread, but it was like a brand that was like Italian, I don't know. And like with butter, like I can remember that taste in the morning sometimes as like a side or something. Like yeah, growing up, pre-celiac days. The next one is cardio or weights. Obviously, weights. I don't like cardio. What I do for cardio is biking, cycling. When I say cycling, I feel like people think I mean like Peloton or like that, like cycling, because it's a whole different experience from like using a upright or recumbent bike, which is what I use. Besides cycling, because you're going, it's faster. The resistance is different. Like the feeling of it is different. So yeah, no, I used to run. I ran freshman year of college, so when I was in DC in the city, and I would run so like this like neighborhoods like outside of Georgetown, and I ran like it was that first semester, so it was like cold winter. Actually no, yeah, it was at the end of that and then the beginning of the second semester, so it was like in the winter when I really ran. And I would only go on one run a week. It would be on Sundays. And somehow, just with that one run, but I'm fit otherwise, but I ran and like literally it was like 20 degrees. I would bundle up, I'd be dying. I didn't listen to music though. I had the Runkeeper app. I think that's the Nike, or maybe it was Nike. Yeah. It would talk to me like during it a little bit, telling me the mile markers, I think. And I ran all throughout these neighborhoods on ice. Like somehow I didn't slip and kill myself. And I built up, I almost ran a half marathon just from one run a week though. Like, I don't know, that's like good to do. But I think I ran the most, I want to say like over 10 miles. I don't remember, but I remember that first I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like it definitely is like an out of body experience. I miss it. It definitely was not good on my body. Like that was not good. I'd be dead when I came back. But that was something really good, like for mental health, like you are like with your own thoughts that long. Very nice. Yeah, so I kind of miss that, but, and I love, actually the first time I went to a cycling was in Seoul. It was a Soul Cycle in DC. It was so fun. And like, if it wasn't expensive, like it is, I 100% would like do that. So like if I ever, like if it's just like a special event or something, like, I'm all for that. It's like that dorky kind of crazy atmosphere, but it's definitely fun. So if you struggle or even struggle getting started with cardio, take a fun class and just see, like you can make it fun. Okay, the next one, Facebook or Twitter. I don't use Twitter at all. Like I'm Facebook, live or die. The Facebook tag never gets closed on my computer. Like while I'm like Gen Z, I grew up with like everything revolving around Facebook because a lot of like my blog, my website, that's kind of like the base home, the foundation of social media for food blogs. It was, you know, like back in the 2010s. And then obviously it kind of shifted to Instagram, but still like the community aspect is all in the Facebook groups. Facebook groups, that's what I'm there for. Yeah, so I'm 100% a Facebook person, and I always will be. I don't care what anyone says about it, and I hate it too, but you know. Ice cream cone or snow cone? Ice cream, why would you, like, this is a totally different thing. But if, no, I would get ice cream over a snow cone, unless I wanted a snow cone, but that's totally different. No. Mobile games or console games? I don't play games on my phone. I don't understand how, like, the apps, like, people are really playing, like, app-based games on their phone. No, like, no. I never have, never will. That seems so weird to me. While walking, music or podcast? So, all right, so when I ran, I don't think I listened to music. Pretty sure it was quiet. But definitely music though. I've never listened to, I only listen to podcasts at home because I don't listen on my phone or like in a player. I usually listen Google Podcasts. So like Google, like it's the best because you can speed it up. I don't know how people listen to slow podcasts. Like I need 3 times speed. Like when I'm in the car driving, it's always music, 100%. That's like listen to my old CDs, and then Christmas time, I'll put the radio on and deal with the horrible commercials every 5 seconds and listen to Christmas music. But yeah, like when I'm driving, I'm not gonna be able to pay attention to a podcast. So yeah. iOS or Android? Well, I started out as an Android girl my entire life, young, like I always had a Droid, always. And then somehow I fell into getting the iPhone, and I kind of regret that decision, and I'm not always happy with the iPhones. So, you know, I'm still trying to get used to this new one, the 14. I don't know, just the appeal of the Android, it's always there in the back of my mind, but people look down upon Android, so I don't know. And it's easier, the integration, when you have like a Mac, it's so much better, like how they integrate with each other. So now pause for a second. Yeah, so when I have like leftover, I'm just trying to make these even. Like, I don't know if they're even. I don't measure anything out. But if they look a little like, oh, this one's a little smaller or something, you can kind of, yeah, like this. I think. Yeah, so now this stuff is like so sticky and you have to rinse it like right away. All right, so now I'm going to put these in for like 20 minutes or so, and then sometimes I flip them. You can flip them. I'm just so lazy and I don't, so they're a little more puffed on the top, but you can flip them like halfway through. Start with 20 minutes, check them, and then they may need like an extra like 10 or so, but depends on how hot you put the oven. So through 425, 20 minutes should be enough. actually made 15 of those, so they're really small, but I'll do one more and then I will come back in a little bit. Cake or pie? Cake. I never liked pie. I don't understand what the appeal is. People are always like, oh my god, pie is so good. Like maybe I'll have pumpkin pie and like I won't eat the crust because I think that's disgusting. Like the filling's fine. I have a bunch of like pie recipes now on my site. Like obviously like key lime pie being here in Florida, but that doesn't sound appealing to me. Maybe like a coconut cream pie or like a chocolate cream pie or something like that. Anything that's like creamier and richer. But any fruit pies, no. Apple pie I think is so gross. No way. That's like the weird textures. Even though I love weird textures, pies, that's like gross. Cake, 100%. Carrot cake, number one. Funfetti, you can't go wrong. And it's not vanilla. It tastes completely different. And then obviously you can't beat a nice chocolate cake. And then there's ice cream cake, the famous ice cream cakes, which I have a video of. Yeah. All right, I will see you guys back here in like 20 minutes. Okay, so it's like a little bit over 20 minutes, I think, or it's exactly 20 minutes because I started that a little late. But yeah, so I'm gonna test them. I can smell them, so they smell good, which means they should mostly be cooked. And then I freeze them right away, so I let them cool, and then I wrap them in wax paper, and then I put them in a big Ziploc bag, and then I can just pull them out whenever I need them. And then to warm them up, I just throw them in the oven because I always have the oven on when I'm cooking dinner, so I just put them on top of whatever's in there roasting, and then that's how I warm them up, so they kind of get like recooked again. So you don't have to cook them like completely, but that obviously depends on how you're going to use them. You can also just microwave them. You can microwave them with the wax paper on, so easy stuff, but then obviously they're going to be a little softer. So if you want them to be a little more crispy, you can like, again, toaster oven or the main oven, whatever you're doing. Also, don't use the towel to get things out of the oven. I did burn myself on my arm really bad when I did that, but you know, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, those are good. So now I'm just gonna let them cool and then I will wrap them up. So here, let's answer another one. Swimming or sunbathing? Well, now I am so into just laying on the beach. Like, I don't care. And I used to hate sunbathing, but I think I hate it because I didn't have, like, it wasn't easy. It was never easy to go to the beach. We had to drive, like, so long in all this traffic, an hour or so away. And then, like, I only can last, like, an hour or two on the beach anyway. So now it's so easy. It takes 10 minutes. I don't bring any, all I have is a towel and, like, water, and that's it. So it's so easier, and now I just love it, and it's so relaxing, and I just fall asleep. And my beautiful tan that I'm so obsessed with. And yeah, so definitely that over swimming. Swimming's fun when you're a kid, but when you're older, it's weird. And I still haven't like gone totally into the water here. Like, usually just put my feet in because I have to drive home, so I'm not gonna get all wet, soaking wet bathing suit and stuff. I don't feel like doing that. And definitely not pools. Not a fan. So sunbathing, even though that's changed. So as you get older, that's definitely fun, but make sure you have sunscreen on too. Although I've never gotten sunburn, if you gradually, slowly tan yourself like this, like I was just outside, I go outside every single day. So it's this slow buildup over the past year and a half-ish or so, whatever. And it works, and you don't get sunburn, and it's a lot safer, maybe. I don't know, we'll find out in like 20 years, but yeah. Okay, so now they're cool. I'm gonna wrap them and I guess answer a few more. I am so exhausted right now, so this is gonna be nice, slow, whatever. Hopefully you can hear. I'm like, if I'm trying to talk and I'm like using crinkly paper, hopefully you can hear me. I don't know, we'll see. So I literally, it's just really cheap wax paper, and these are them. Okay. And obviously you can use like whatever kind of bag, but I just use a Ziploc bag and whatever. Okay, so looks really messy. Okay, bath or shower? Do people actually take baths like anymore? I don't know. I never really took a bath because like the water doesn't stay hot, so definitely shower, especially in my master bedroom. It's like that waterfall kind of thing, so there's no bath. Well, there's a bath in the second bathroom that I have. And also, so when I do this, I usually rip I'm gonna rip these again in half this way, and then it's usually enough. Like that. Okay. Sneakers or sandals? Oh my god. No sneakers down here now. So I only use sneakers when I'm working out, so when I'm doing cardio. I'm barefoot when I do like weightlifting, obviously yoga or anything like that. So I only have sneakers on when I'm cycling, which we talked about. Sandals all the time now, and I guess those are Birkenstocks, right? So they're white, like I don't know, foamy, whatever, but like waterproof. And obviously down here, I mean, that's just ideal. I only need those. They're super dirty now because they're over a year old, and I use them everywhere, but that's honestly the best shoe for down here. Flip-flops hurt my feet. There's not enough support, so I never wear flip-flops, but I do wear the sandals. That's the go-to shoe. And like when I was living in New Jersey, I used my like fluffy, fuzzy like loafer shoes, obviously because it was like cold all the time. But here, being hot, the opposite is like those. So I had like the sandal tan and everything. That's kind of gone away now that I'm just always on the beach without shoes, so. Couch or recliner? Neither. First of all, definitely couch, if anything, but I don't even have a couch. I don't like sitting, so the only time I'm sitting is like in the car or at my desk chair, my old rinky-dink desk chair. So I don't like sitting. Definitely not on a couch. There's like no support. Haven't sat on a couch in a very, very long time. So we'll just say neither, because we like to stand. I honestly feel guilty sitting. I'm like, wow, I could be standing. That's probably bad, but I don't want to sit. Being like trapped in the car as like a passenger, like, oh my god. Road trips, it's not my thing. Hamburger or taco? Why do people love tacos so much? I don't know. Or hamburger, like, well, here we go. Maybe a veggie burger. I mean, maybe down here, like a shrimp taco or a fish taco. But I don't know. I just not those kind of foods. I'm like sushi. Why is that so popular? I don't know. And like pizza, no. Online shopping or shopping in store? In the store. Oh my god, 100%. I hate having to get things online. Like, yes, it's easier for like tech things and like whatever, but I do like to see it in person. Like if I could see something in person first and then buy it online, perfect. But I don't, like, you don't want to just guess. Like, how do people buy clothes online and then, no, I have to be in, because I have to make really intentional purchases. So like, I want to make sure I'm really 100% sold on it. It's like for clothes, I will not. I'm not just going to randomly buy something. Like, it has to fit perfectly. I have to know I'm going to wear it. And you intentionally build your wardrobe. So definitely it has to be in store because I have to be able to try it on. Especially, like, I'm so small that it's hard to find clothes that fit. So, you know, Target, thank God, has like extra, extra small. And then, you know, for dresses, I love going to like TJ Maxx or Marshalls. They usually have really a decent, like, extra small of like maxi dresses, make like all these tons of like casual dresses, and they're pretty unique. So that was always my go-to. And then obviously down here, like I'm wearing a dress all the time, except for something like right now, but passenger, driver, 100% passenger. Oh my god, I hate driving. So if I do have to sit in the car, I'd rather be the passenger. Obviously, that's not necessarily an option when you're down here alone, but you know, in an ideal world, I will always be the passenger. Tablet or computer? I've never used a tablet. Do people really use tablets? If you're not in school, like, I guess that was a big thing, like Chromebooks and all that when kids are in school, but I was, you know, that's after my time. I've never used a tablet, so always my laptop. And then obviously like the new 14 is basically like a tablet. It's so huge. Most important in a partner, intelligent or funny? Intelligent. I'd rather you just be really smart than be funny, because I have a weird sense of humor too, where it's not outwardly funny. It's, you have to understand, like, you have to be intelligent to understand my sense of humor. So I feel like I don't care. You don't need to make me laugh all the time. I'd rather you just be more like, yeah, the intelligent, I guess. Which is kind of weird, but yeah. Anyways, have an odd number, so it's sometimes you gotta, you can cut this too to make it even, but I'm really lazy. At a movie, candy or popcorn? Both. Yeah, you gotta have both. And definitely like snow caps, oh my god. And so are non-Pytells, they call them, but definitely snow caps. Good and Plenty was always a candy that we have like at home. Junior Rinse, yeah. Those kind of things. Definitely something chocolatey, and you could put it in the popcorn too, and it's like the sweet and salty. Car or truck? Well, if a truck isn't a gas guzzler, 100%. I always like driving in a bigger thing. I grew up in like SUVs and Jeeps and all that. Only now do I have like a small car, but I'm right now like 2-door. I'm definitely more of a truck. Like if I had the choice, I would choose a truck over a car, 100%. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I'm gonna brush this one more time. And then freeze these, and yeah, so you can, this is like so easy, it's perfect, and it's very quick to do. And it's so customizable, because you could use any bean, any canned vegetable, honestly. You could put in even more. You can definitely use more things. I just go really quick with the nice 3 ingredients and seasonings, and there you go. So I'm gonna freeze these, and then, yeah, so that's like some meal prep. And one last one. Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes, 100%. Fluffy cake, it's wonderful. A waffle, I love waffles too. I mean, definitely if you want that crispier vibe, but for breakfast, honestly, pancakes. Nothing will beat that. It's pancakes, waffles, and French toast. That's the, like, ready cake trifecta. All 3 are wonderful, but pancakes will always be number 1. Yeah, there's no, you can't even argue that. All right, so I'm gonna freeze these, put these in the freezer, and I will stop talking now because it's kind of rambly. I will see you again next week. If you thought one of these questions were interesting, let me, oh wait, cup in the cupboard, right side or upside down? Wait, cups in the cupboard, right side or upside down? Why would you have them upside down? So nothing goes in them? No, right side up. That's weird. That's weird. Let me know if you don't do that. Yeah, answer one of these in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend, make some veggie burgers and let me know what ingredients you use. And I will see you here next week with another video. I'm not sure what I will post, but maybe a vlog again, maybe an update on some life things, but yeah. I will see you back here next week.